Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, June 4th. Got off work a little early today. But it didn't yesterday. Yesterday I had a full day of work and then basically had to rush home in order to get all of the gaming stuff I'd gotten from the auction into boxes and out of the way so I could game with my buddies. I had like no extra time yesterday, so I didn't vlog. I didn't get any vlogs edited. I didn't edit any the day before due to the auction either. So I'm kind of feeling like, ooh, I'm falling a little behind. I need to do that. But it's a Tuesday, which means my local theater has $5 movies. And I got off early, so I'm able to do that. And I mean, there's several movies. A few weeks back, Pokemon came out, as did Tolkien. And I kind of wanted to see both of those. Tolkien pretty much is hard to find a theater around here that it's actually in. It's a limited release, I guess, so I'm going to put that aside. And really the only reason I wanted to see Pokemon is to see, like, you know, to see the Pokemon in live action. The story of Detective Pikachu did not look interesting to me. So I'm going to set that aside, because since then, Aladdin came out, and I want to see that. And then this last weekend, Rocket Man came out, and that looks awesome. And then this weekend, Dark Phoenix is coming out, so I'm going to have to see that. And there are just so many movies right now, I'm like having to choose, because I only have so much time. But I think for today, I'm going to try and see Aladdin. Largely just because it's the one that's oldest, and therefore I worry most likely to go away soonest. But yeah, so, you know, it'd be nice to actually get some vlogs edited. It'd be nice to return to sorting through all the stuff I got from the auction, because some of it still has stickers, some of it I've not gotten to look through at all, and none of it is put away on shelves yet. So all that would be fun. And I also probably need to get groceries. It's been a week and a half, etc., etc. But first, I'm gonna go see a movie. I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? It was a good movie. Obviously spoilers, but it's also the same story as Disney's animated Aladdin from when I was a small child, so I don't think that matters. It's also just giving my opinion on some of the changes, which don't really change the story, but it is a bit of the presentation. Little spoiler. There will be a little spoiler, so just in one of the things I really enjoyed that they changed, or clarified, or however you want to put it. But for the most part, yeah, they're all minor. The major story is, of course, the same. So you're warned, but yeah, I'd say 4 out of 5, wonderful movie. They did a great job. Just overall, yeah, it's the same basic plot. So if you know Disney's Aladdin, then you know Disney's new Aladdin. And so, yeah, I'm not gonna, like, piece by piece break down what happened in the story, because I walked in knowing the story. So that's nothing to do with anything new on my mind. One thing I will say, it felt like the people working on this movie loved the original. It just felt like such a love letter to the movie that I grew up with. And it's one of my favorite Disney movies. Probably between that and Beauty and the Beast, most likely. But yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite Disney movies. And they were both ones, I guess, that I think came out when I was actually a kid. But yeah, wonderful. And they did great with it. It opened with the sea, which was like, wait, what? They put Agrabah on the sea. In this, there's a port and there's all that. That was an interesting change. Visually, it works. It's beautiful. Also, you see Will Smith there on the boat, and so you're kind of wondering what's going on. But the fact that he's opening the story, I loved. because in the original, that peddler guy that has all the trinkets and stuff, that was Robin Williams. That was voiced by Robin Williams. That was his other character. And in the original draft, at one point at the end, you know, he sort of turned back into the genie. That was him. And they cut that bit out, and so it just happened to be voiced by the same guy. But basically, that's what it is. In this one, they clarify it, and they make that the case, which I was happy with. Casting was wonderful. Will Smith did a great job. Robin Williams was, of course, the genie with me as a kid, and that was great. But as far as getting someone to fill those shoes, and those are big shoes to fill, I think Will Smith did fantastic. I really do. I think he did a great job, and I think he did it with great heart. I think he cared about the role. You know, maybe not. Maybe he's got me fooled, but I was fooled at the very least, so. The music was wonderful. A little, at times, there were things where it was just a little cheeky, a little, like, they were aware that had they been making this movie for this movie, some things would have been a little different. But they were using things from the cartoon, so that, like, there were a few cheeky jokes with it where it's like the only reason that's included is a nod to the cartoon, and I loved that. That meant so much. I always sort of made me smile when I'm like, they're only doing that because they know the animated feature that this is based on. But the music was well done. They could sing, and there were a couple new songs for Jasmine specifically. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, she has a beautiful voice, and I guess the only song she would otherwise have would be her duet with Aladdin. So. Yeah, sure, fine. Yeah, let's show off what she can do. They also, I mean, they really beefed up her character, which I'm okay with. It doesn't bother me. I am aware they are doing it because, you know, hey, let's not make the women such two-dimensional characters. Let's actually give them a reason for being here other than to be romanced, which is a legitimate thing. I mean, I really liked politically involved Jasmine. I think it makes a lot more sense than Aladdin all of a sudden becoming politically involved. I don't think he would. I think he just wants the princess. He, you know, his heart yearns for her. I don't think he really wanted to be Sultan. I mean, I don't think he had such an idea of, here's how we should run this kingdom, But I loved the fact that she did, and she cared. And there were a few stories about their parents early on, and I was so hoping for a nod to "Proud of Your Boy," which is one of the cut songs from the animated feature, but we didn't get it. But man, I would have loved like a flashback with that. Oh well. Still, I loved the genie. Will Smith did a great job, and I'm just thinking of like his introduction and sort of like starting this little cheesy thing and be like, not enough? Okay, let's step it up a notch. Cave of Wonders was done wonderfully. It felt like a real place. It still felt like impressive, but you know, it didn't feel so comical. The carpet was well done. I would have wished for a little more of Iago, but you know, we got what we got. You know, at least they didn't cut him completely or anything. And yeah, even just the visual look of Genie going back and forth, blue to not, worked out. I loved the Genie romance. I love that the Genie got a romance plot, because I think I've said it when I've reviewed some other movies. I'm a sucker for a good romance. I'm a sucker for just, I love that. I love that. I love people getting together and being happy. I love love. So that really got to me. So I really liked that. And then the fact that that's what works out in the end, and then ties back to the reason that Will Smith is on the boat at the beginning, was beautiful. he's telling their story. And it was beautiful. It was good. It was a good movie. You know, the action and stuff at the end, the monstrous Iago chase scene and such. I mean, they did a little bit to beef up the ending there. I would have loved to have seen the giant snake in live action. That would have been so cool to look at. It would have been all CG and just a big CG scene, but it still would have been so cool to look at. We didn't get that. We also didn't get his, you know, Jafar's reprise of Prince Ali. That song, or a bit of that song, was cut. But still, you know, the idea was there, and I think that was the only song that was cut. Even thinking about it, I didn't notice it in the moment. Thinking about it afterwards, I realized that was cut. I'm having trouble. I don't think anything else was, but I could be wrong. It has been a while since I've watched the animated feature. But it was good. It was a good movie. And it was basically, it was them taking a part of my childhood and saying, we're gonna try and do something with this. We hope you like it. And I did. So they got my approval. And it was something that was important to me, like I said. I was very pleased with what we got. And I was someone, like, I had ideas. I still have ideas of how they could have done it better. But they did a great job. But my ideas would have been basically to, the way that you would extend it, because obviously, you know, an animated feature is shorter than a live action feature. You could have extended it by cutting in some of Return of Jafar. But after seeing Jafar becoming Genie Jafar at the end and being sent into the Cave of Wonders, I hope that we get a sequel, a Return of Jafar live action, maybe that steps up the quality. And that's one that I'm like, you know, a couple of the songs, yeah, keep those, but I'm really, like, I'm cool to see what they could do modifying the story of that, but the, you know, general concept, but really playing a lot more with that story. My blessing, they have a lot more freedom to mess with that one. But I'd love to see some of that. I would love to see some of that. So yeah, I hope it gets a sequel. I hope it gets a sequel based on the article. And I mean, then if we get the third one, Aladdin's dad, I mean, come on, right? Obviously, Disney isn't well known for the quality of their live action, or rather from their animated sequels, you know, direct to DVD things, but the ones for Aladdin I grew up with. They were part of my childhood as well, so yeah. It's like I had ideas for how to basically take parts of Return of Jafar and basically have it be the full Jafar story, you know, have him not quite go away and having to actually defeat him as Jafar as well, you know. To destroy the genie, you must destroy the lamp, and but that's not what they did. They instead added it with building up Jasmine's character, in the politics of the nations and the neighboring nations, and it was good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the parts that they added as well. So I guess they did an alright job. That's about all I have to say. Like I said, 4 out of 5, which is very good. Very good. It's a good movie. And I guess, on with my day. I'm glad I went and saw a movie, and I got a big tub of popcorn for $4, because on Tuesdays they have the cheap movies, but they also have cheap concessions if you sign up for their membership thing. So I did that, and now I can get like a big tub of popcorn for $4. And I like never get snacks at the movies, and it's fun to do that. I'm very thirsty now, because I don't get anything to drink, because I don't want to have to get up and go to the bathroom. But, yeah. On with my day. And as I'm pretty sure I said when I was going to the movie, there were some other things I needed to get done today. And of course, one of them was going to get some groceries. So I'm at Aldi. Alright, I got some restocking done. And I'm home. Made a bite to eat. I'm gonna relax a little bit. It is super hot out. It's like up in the mid 90s today. So, just trying to cool off. And I managed to get a vlog edited. It's uploading. And it was not as easy to accomplish as one might have hoped. I've just not been feeling good since I got home. I don't know if it was like too much time out in the sun, which, I mean, it was only a couple of minutes. You know, between building and car and building, etc. I don't know, I'm feeling very worn. But I did get that done at least, so I won't go a third day without having something uploaded. Also, I noticed on JadeKind Gaming, I have reached 600 subscribers. That's, I looked it up and it was mid-October that I got 500. So, what was that? 8 months for 100? I don't know. I'd like it to be climbing faster, but it is encouraging that it is still climbing. Yeah. That's cool. Again, like I said, the movie was great. I enjoyed it very much. But I'm going to try and get to bed just a little bit early because I'm not feeling great. So thank you for joining me, and join me as my journey continues. Bye.